Hey folks, welcome back to our Dice Tower preview. I'm Mark, and today we're taking a look at Kittens versus Puppies. Kittens versus Puppies is brought to you by Add Magic Inc. It's for 2 players, ages 12 and up, and games range anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes. So for those of you who are pet owners, or maybe you're just wondering, what do these dogs and cats get up to? What do they get up to while you're away at work or gone for the day? Well, wonder no longer, because in your backyard it becomes an arena for ultimate combat. So in Kittens versus Puppies, you take on the role of a set of champions, 3 champions, and they can be a mixture of kittens and puppies, however you want to do it. You have several to choose from, but each of the classes are color-coded, and they range from knights, barbarians, thieves, and assassins. And so this game is a deck builder. You will be enhancing your champions, you will be equipping them, you'll be getting new things from the marketplace, trying to make your champions bigger and better than your opponents. And your goal is to simply capture all the champions across the table. So just a quick look at setup. First thing you're gonna do is pick your champions. You're gonna pick 3, and the one in the lead is going to be your active champion, with the 2 behind being support. Then you're gonna set up your marketplace. You're gonna shuffle the deck, deal out 5 cards, and that will be your starting market. And there's a set of starting cards. There are 10 that have no cost associated with them. These are your starting cards. You'll shuffle these up and you'll draw 5 cards. And finally, let's take a look at the dice real quick. You have red dice for attack, you have green for defense, and blue for stamina. And then you have cubes. Red cubes are tracking damage, blue cubes are tracking stamina, and then you're ready to begin the game. So there are several actions you can perform your turn, and like any good deck builder, one of the main things you're going to be doing is going to the marketplace and buying new cards, purchasing those, and putting them into your discard pile for later use. But you also have the option to look at what's in your hand, and if you have equipment that you've previously purchased, you can burn these cards, basically throw them out of the game to recoup the cost. So it's not the full cost, but you'll get half the cost rounded down, giving you more gold to work with for some of those big ticket items. Now, there are several cards that you'll be using throughout your turn as well that have the ability to be played or burnt. Things like events or potions. In this particular case, we're taking a look at a great potion. If you just play this card, you're gonna take 2 wounds off of any champion you choose. But if you burn it, you can remove 4 wounds. What burning again means it's out of the game for good, but it might come at a crucial point. And one of my favorite things is equipping your champions. So you can add all kinds of items and things to augment their abilities. But obviously things you're gonna be adding are weapons, either one-handed or two-handed weapon. And if it's one-handed, you can add 2 one-handed weapons. But you also have the ability to add armor, and then you can add 2 other types of cards. It can be a mixture of items, skills, or poisons, but you can put these combinations together to give you more dice in battles, which we'll take a look at in a minute. So your active champion has their own set of actions they can perform. They have 5 options here, but they can only ever perform one of these on your turn. So the first one being finding gold. This is pretty straightforward. You're just going to spend an extra gold in the marketplace. You found one, maybe in the couch or on the ground, whatever, and you get to perhaps get that one big ticket item you're looking for. Or you might choose to rearrange this marketplace. You're going to discard however many cards from the active market and refill it. Or you might choose to rest. Resting allows you to remove 2 stamina tokens from your active champion. And if there are no stamina in place, then you can remove 1 damage token from any champion. Or you might choose to tap out. That means you can rearrange who your active champion is. And finally, the big thing is attacking. So it's time to battle it out. And this is really kind of the heart of the game, why you've been building up your characters, right? So first off, you're trying to capture your opponent's champions. And in order to do that, you need to inflict 5 wounds. You're gonna be inflicting wounds with all kinds of different things you've equipped. The first thing you do is you take your active champion and the opponent's active champion, you pit them together, you look at all the available blue dice based on your character and the available equipment. You're gonna roll those dice, and whoever has the highest value is going to get to attack first. And then the attacker will take a look at all their different weapons, gather up their red dice, and they may even have support from their support champions. They might be shooting ranged weapons that may give you additional dice to roll as well, so keep that in mind. So when you roll these attack dice, what you're looking for is 4, 5s, and 6s. Each 4, 5, and 6 of your dice are going to cause 1 hit of damage. Now your opponent is going to look at their equipment and take the green dice that they have, and for every green dice they roll that has a 4, 5, or 6 will block one of those incoming hits. And so any hits that make it through will then be calculated and added to that champion via the red cubes. And again, you're looking for 5 red cubes to knock that champion out or to capture that champion. So you might be doing stamina as well. It just depends on the type of equipment being used in the battle. Now, there are ways to augment all kinds of things in these battles. You have event cards that may actually give you the ability to do additional attacks on your turn. And you might have items that allow you to do rerolls like the talisman. And a lot of the cards give you reroll abilities if you hit a 6. So keep that in mind. And then as far as support goes from your support champions, if you happen to use dice from them, they don't count in some of those rerolls, but they can really aid you in battle. And so the game will go this way round after round until one side is captured, the other's champions, and will be declared the winner. Now there's all kinds of cards here and different combinations that you can really play with, as each of the classes have very different cards like assassins versus barbarians, things of that nature, really mixing up the gameplay. All right, folks, just a reminder once again, this has been a Dice Tower paid preview, and everything you've seen here has been in prototype form, so keep a close eye on the campaign for any changes that still may occur. Now with that said, this is a light deck builder with some take that, but it is family friendly, I feel like. And I like the combination of dice chucking and deck building. It really works well. But most of all, I love building out my character with all kinds of really cool gear and how you can mix and match and how those events come into play and the items. It really adds a lot to the gameplay and how you enter into those battles. But ultimately, folks, if this looks like a game that would be of interest to you, I'm sure they'd appreciate your support. So I think that's it for me, and until next time, we'll see you at the table.
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.